What's going on, guys? You're tuned into the Monday Coffee Show. I'm James.
And I'm Travis.
And today we're going to be talking about masculinity. So, society obviously has this traditional view of what masculinity is. It's usually what you see in media. So, it's usually somebody who's hyper strong, hyper aggressive, hyper dominant. And it's like if you're not that, it's kind of you're seen as effeminate or less masculine. But to me, being a man is not just about physical characteristics or an attitude. It's more so about taking care of your responsibilities, being respectful, and just being an all-around good person for the most part. To me,
Yeah, and I think for me, having just kind of grown up around the people that I grew up around, and maybe uh, like uh, not necessarily having the best male role models all of my life, the phrase "being a man" is actually one that like I've always kind of stayed away from because some of the guys that I was around were just such like just kind of dicks about it. Like, oh, you gotta be a man. And I don't know, and that always turned me off. So I know it's hard to tell because I've got this like large beard and I'm so sometimes covered in grease. But like, I don't know. Yeah, I've never been into the like traditional masculinity thing.
yeah, I feel well. Obviously, if you know me and you've seen what I wear, it's not traditionally masculine or clothing that traditional men wear. But to me, it's more so about being comfortable with yourself. Because to me, if you are comfortable with yourself, you don't care about how anybody else is doing their life. When it comes to the whole, like Travis said, being a man thing, it's like, to me, that means being responsible, doing what you need to do for yourself, making sure that, if you have a family or kids or whatever, that they're taken care of and that you're, providing for them. Because there are a lot of men who actually have that mindset where it's just like, oh, you gotta be a man, blah, 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 but they don't take care of their responsibilities, or they're just like, oh, they have kids, but they don't see them or they don't take care of them, nothing. But they're still focused on this societal image of what being a man is.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and I think that can be like this like really strange thing too, where I think I'm not coming up with this idea. This is something I've certainly read in a lot of places, but like the idea of masculinity is very performative, that you perform it. So like this idea of like getting super jacked and acting very manly and being very stoic, right? Like don't get mad. That's where that like whole like you mad bro get thing comes from. But like also like that should be the only emotion that you show, and that always bothered me, because I was a sensitive kid. I was very easily swayed by my emotions, and but like some people go to the gym because like they want to get some exercise in their life because they don't have opportunity for it at work or in their commute or just at home, so they want to go to the gym. Some people go to the gym and it's very large to men because they gotta get jacked, gotta get those gains, and that always looks really scary because those dudes don't actually look healthy. Like they just
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, the gym is kind of for people who either have a passion for fitness or who like work a sedentary job like I do. I work an office job, and I go to 12th Street Gym here in Philly. And if you know that gym, a lot of people refer to it as the gay gym because it's in the neighborhood. But if you were to see most of those guys, most of them are like very in shape. But I have a question: like, would society, I guess, still consider them masculine if they're, I guess, beefed up physically, but still have a bit of femininity if they are like gay or whatever? Because to me, it's just like, to me, it's essentially like, masculinity is based off of an individual's perception. So people can try to flip it and say whatever they want. If they don't feel like you're masculine, then you're just not masculine. Like, you can be the most macho, aggressive, built guy, and somebody can still be like, well, you cried yesterday, so you're not a man. So
No, you have to rebuild up those points. It's like Jenga. You knocked it down. You gotta build it back up again, bud.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, like the thing I don't understand is how when a lot of men are young, they are taught that oh, crying is soft and you can't show emotion and blah blah blah. And it's like the main emotion that you see from these men who are trying to portray this hyper masculine image is like anger. Or they're
Yeah,
trying to be overly dominant. And to me, when somebody's like that towards me, I'm just like, I either think you're insecure or that you're putting on the front because you know that you're not that type of person.
yeah. I mean, so for me, uh, uh, between being bullied in school and then also between like not really having a great stepdad, like that was a really strange situation that I don't need to get into now. Who like he was this person who was like incredibly like hyper masculine to a point of parody. Like it seemed like sometimes like he was definitely performing, but sometimes it seemed like he was putting on a show, like to be entertaining. And so like as a result of that, I like can't like I have like my own like emotional blocks and like I haven't cried in like years.
I cry about everything.
Good.
It's
That's a good
mainly
thing because I'm very sure that I don't get enough stuff out of my system.
Yeah, but it's mainly like I don't usually cry when I'm sad. I usually like doing when I'm happy. Like
Oh
for
yeah.
those of you who don't know, I now am writing for the Huffington Post. But like I had everybody like congratulate me, and I just got kind of emotional. I was like, oh, it's been such a long journey. I felt like I wanted to cry, but I was like, get it together. It's not that serious. It's good, but get it together.
Yeah.
But I just feel like ego is a big part of it too. It's like a lot of men feel like they need to be top dog, and to me, if you're over projecting this image of masculinity, it's like you're not top dog, which is why you're trying to oversell it. Because to me, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. At the end of the day, I am responsible for myself. I don't ask anybody for anything. When it comes to money and bills, everything is paid when it needs to be paid. I am becoming more self-made. I don't depend on anybody. So to me, that's my definition of being a man. So I'm good with that.
I think men like this idea. So this is not like a generalization necessarily of men, but I think a generalization of this like idea of like really gross masculinity. Is a friend of mine is a bike mechanic. He's now in Connecticut. He was here in Philadelphia for a long time, and he said that one of the troubles that he was having was this kind of like social barrier of if he was on say like a bike trail, like when he was coming back from like a mountain bike ride, and someone's on the side of the path with like a flat or like some sort of a mechanical issue, he wants to help because he is a mechanic, he has the skill, he can just get them going so they can get home or get back on the ride. And he came across two blocks. One, that if he was ever approaching a guy, that he was always afraid that he was going to appear like he was like coming in and like being like this like alpha dog character. He always wanted to avoid that. So that he could be helpful and not like appear like, hey, I'm here to rescue you from your predicament because you can't take care of your bike. I can take care of your bike. That thing. But he said that he also like had a similar issue with women where he was like, I'm not trying to pick you up. I'm actually just trying to help you. And that's weird. It's like, and in that way, like there's these stupid social rules because some really gross men messed that one up. So thanks, dudes.
Yeah, and I feel like even small things like, say this mug, for example, it has pink in it. So of course there would be some men who are like, oh, I can't drink out of that. It has pink on it. It's a damn mug. You're supposed to. Well,
Yeah, it also says girlfriend on it.
I mean, I don't mind obviously, but
Yeah.
people will be like, oh, it has pink on it. I'm not going to drink out of it. Like drinking out of a mug with pink on it is definitely going to, change your gender. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. No.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's weird because that seems to me like a parody. It seems like something that someone would be doing as a joke, and then people are very serious about that. Like there are men who are very, very serious about that.
It's like
It's very
it's kind of
strange.
like high school, but is like doesn't end in terms of like social norms and like how people are receptive. Well, not receptive. How people react to other people. It's like you think after high school you're going to go into the world and everybody's going to be mature and grown up, and it's like, no, 90% of people are still assholes. They don't know what they're talking about, and they go based off of generalizations that they're fed by either whoever raised them or by media.
So you learn a lot about like how to be an adult in high school, but that's also where like a lot of this like performative gross masculinity is like at its worst. And so maybe that's just a bad cross section as well, is like this like reinforcement of it right before you go into your adult life.
Yeah.
Um,
And I feel like it kind of, depending on what kind of college you go to, it kind of exacerbates itself there, because it's like you have frats, which are known to be those loud, boisterous guys for no reason, just so they can be like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm a man, I'm going to be loud and drink beer and be drunk. And it's like, okay, nobody really cares, but go
Yeah.
for it.
Those were parties that I never found fun or very attractive at all. Like I just never wanted to go to that. I'm a chill party dude.
Yeah, it's like, oh, everybody's outside on the curb throwing up and destroying a house. I'm good. I'll pass. I'll
So-
go somewhere where the cops won't be called.
Yes. Yeah. Oh boy. But yeah. You know, with a large asterisk at the end of the sentence, you know, let us know your feelings about this. You know, I think James and I have a very similar perspective, like, you know, coming through on this, and we're curious to know what yours is if you have a different one. And you know, there's always that comment section. It's available. You should talk to us. Also, as always, we have an email address, which is very exciting, and lots of different ways to reach us, like Facebook and Twitter. So, you know, talk to us. We'll talk to you back. We'll have a conversation. It'll be
And
nice.
it's free to like and subscribe, so, you know, why not do it?
Ooh, yes. So, very cool. And until next week, enjoy your coffee.